And we're live. It's Monday, you know, the worst day of the week or not, depending on how you want to do it. But regardless, I think it's time for a little positivity. So we are here to bring a little warmth and sunshine to everyone's favorite day of the week. And I figured what better to do it with than Pokemon.
Oh
But
yeah.
of course, I'm not here by myself. I'm here with Pablo. How are you doing?
Hey. Sunshine with evolutions. Yep, that's a real way to start a week. What can I say? I love the bastard. And okay, let's begin with something really simple. What's your favorite evolution?
Oh, are we? Oh, for the Eevees?
Hmm.
Oh, I've always been partial to Espeon or Umbreon.
Yeah, I love Umbreon, but I will go with Glaceon for some reason.
I think I have a Glaceon plush around here somewhere. I'm not sure,
Oh, nice.
but I think it'd be all. I think the oh so important question to start with on the topic of Pokemon is which of the original three starters? That's the number one question.
Charmander.
It's a funny way to say Bulbasaur, but okay.
Charmander.
Yeah, most people. Actually, I think the funny thing was I think I did originally pick Charmander myself for my first playthrough,
Hmm.
but Bulbasaur's really grown on me because he's just like this little chill dude, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but for some reason, the aesthetic of Charmander and the evolutions is really pleasing to me. Uh, Second one will be actually Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise because let's admit it, at least Blastoise is goddamn cool. You know, it's a turtle, a giant turtle with cannons.
It's a war turtle. How can you not love this? Like,
Yeah.
of course, it was always just kind of magical. I thought looking back at some of the original like 151 or really 200 ish designs, how good that original roster was.
Yes.
I mean, you see if I can't just
Is
like find some pictures of them.
from even the second generation, there's something really, really good about those designs. Well, it was made by the same guy, same team, with the same formula, so there was not much of a change. So the second generation still keeps a lot of that really simple aesthetic that they lost on the third generation a bit, and on the fourth and on is almost completely gone. But for those first two generation is almost magic. It's just every single Pokemon that you can point is simple, but it works. I miss that. I actually really miss that.
Oh, we gotta pull it up. Just kind of bask in them all. Just it's just like a little. There's like a kind of a simplicity to them all, where you can look at them all. You could recognize like yeah, I could see Butterfree being a thing. That
Yep.
makes perfect sense.
You know, even Sansdrew and Sandslash, I love those bastards.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the sort of brickwork pattern they have to them.
Hmm.
It's just there's something to it. Just little he's got little tiny claws. There's a little crying child here.
Ah, that's life. Okay, then I like Bullpigs and Ninetales. In general, every canine fox Pokemon that I see on the first few generations, I love them. Growlite and Arcanine, god damn, those are beautiful. I want an Arcanine as a pet. gotta be one of the coziest things that you can get to hug in your life, and it's gigantic. So that would be so fun.
Yeah, I mean, actually, a lot of that early generation was, or a lot of the fire types there in for the first generation are these good, strong designs, and
Hmm. Then I always thought, in the anime and everything, there's people riding a Rapidash, and I'm like, are they okay? Are they not burning and dying?
yeah, and then it gets crazy because then you can look at some of like the Pokedex entries even where they start getting into like the crazy stuff about them. Like one of my favorite ones, for example, is the Litwick line from fifth generation,
Hmm.
and you go and read the Pokedex entries, and it's like super dark and sinister. Like they steal people's souls and they hang out outside of hospitals waiting for them to like pass on,
Yeah.
or I think the most infamous one though is Driftflume and Driftblim. Like,
Yeah, stealing kids.
yep, how like they go for like little lightweight kids. So apparently they don't like the fat kids.
Yeah, Pokemon is kind of dark, man.
All good mothers need to make sure their child, all good parents in the Pokemon universe want to have a little plump baby that Driftbloom can't steal.
Man. In this generation, you had something like that. You have Drowsy and Hypno.
Oh yeah.
They are supposed to take kids away from their homes. And you are in a universe where moms, when you are 10, 11, are like, here's your Pokemon, go and play in the woods for a couple of months.
Well, get out of the house for a while. We don't want you. We don't need you to hang around out here. You just here have this little fire lizard and go play in the woods or something.
Yeah, if a grown up ass man tells you that you owe him money, just give it to him. Then go to the hospital. It's gonna be alright. Yeah,
And
it's a weird word.
and I mean, there's also some designs out there. It's just like either they wind up being not very good, and it's unfortunate because you wind up thinking, oh, this is gonna be like a super great Pokemon because of the way it looks.
Hmm.
Like one of my favorite ones is Hitmonchan. And you come on, little tough boxer. You would think he's gonna be a great Pokemon, but like not really.
No, it sucks.
No, that's always unfortunate.
Yeah, and they give you the choice if you want Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. And in different playthroughs, I went for Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, and both suck. Let's be honest, both are terrible.
Oh yeah. I'm just kind of basking in like the watercolor looks of some of the like the Ken Sugimori art.
Hmm.
I mean, it's really what I think helped sell the game. Even on like the trading cards were just as simple as, oh, here's just a picture of Mewtwo with like nothing in the background.
Yeah, I hate the line of evolution from Dratini to Dragonite to Dragonite. I wish you could stop at Dragonite because Dratini and Dragonite look really, really awesome, and then Dragonite is just this Barney ass doofus.
He's big and goofy.
Yeah, but the previous evolutions are just stylish and cool, and then you go to, I don't know, he looks out of his shell, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, there is a popular theory that was going around that the Dragon Knight and Gyarados got swapped around.
Oh yeah, I have heard that. And Dragon. Ah, goddamn brain. Uh, Not Dragonite. Well, yeah. But Magikarp was not supposed to be the one that evolves, but it was supposed to be just a legendary.
Is Pokemon the yellow one?
Yes, Pokemon is the yellow one.
Yes. I mean, and it's like looking at the design, I could see why people would think that. I mean, for one thing, they it's like the same whiskers between the
Mm-hmm.
Magikarp and the Dragonite,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, the problem is that theory goes against the story of like the goldfish turning into like a
A
dragon.
dragon, yeah, on the waterfall. Yeah, that was the main issue. Also, they actually interviewed Ken Sugimori about it, and he was like, "Nah, was not it."
Ah,
So yeah, kind of is. For example, have you heard the theory about Ditto being a failed clone of Mew?
I have.
Yeah, Ken Sugimori said, "No, I don't recall anything like that." And that's it. The whole theory fell apart because he was like, "Eh,
I mean, there is another popular theory I've heard. People think that much like those, uh, you would get like the the Kakuna
mhm.
normally evolves into Beedrill, but the theory is that those two are swapped around because of just the way they're designed, just the way that like it's a weird one, I know, but it was a theory I came across where someone speculated that the Kakuna and uh, Metapod were basically swapped around for their final forms.
Yeah, I have heard that too." Also, I have heard that I don't remember if it was okay. Venomoth and Venomoth, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that was
was
it.
not
That was it.
supposed to be a line of evolution. Venomoth was supposed to be the evolution from Metapod. I have heard that too. I don't know if I believe any of those theories, just because there's some other things that I do believe maybe have some more ground to it, like the theory on Marowak and Kangaskhan. But that's still a bit because Kangaskhan doesn't have a real evolution, never has an evolution, but it's supposed to have kids, and the kids are supposed to be these little tiny cute things that look like cubons.
And for a second, it sounded like you said look like Cubans.
Mm,
I mean,
Well, that depends on the cuban, man.
here's the one I was talking about. Oh, of course, it's like a tiny picture. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That was the one that I was talking about.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that for myself because I was like, I was getting it wrong when I was trying to explain it.
No, the designs are really similar. But the question is, why would they do that? That change?
I don't know. I mean, it's a really weird theory though because you look at Venonat, you look at Butterfree, and you could see how it makes sense.
Yes.
It's got the same mouth, the same eyes, the same little antenna.
Yeah,
Even those
also
same little
Purple and
hands.
Fuzzy. Yeah, it actually does look really similar. But based on that, the guy that did all these designs is just this weird, crazy man. I also can think that maybe he just loved that shape.
Yeah, that's also it's also a ridiculous world of Pokemon. So it's just as also possible that they just
Mhm.
like certain designs more.
I have been wondering a lot of things about the Eevee line because there was supposed to be a basic Eevee evolution
Oh,
that we never saw.
for like a normal type.
Yeah, just a direct evolution by level, not by stone.
Huh. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I'd be
would like to
curious.
see how it looks.
Well, I mean, let's see. We just take Eevee and we just kind of grow it up more.
Mhm.
Uh, just build up the floof around it even further, I guess. So just make it a big giant fluff ball with the head sticking out.
That will look a bit like Flareon, but more plainish.
It's, I mean, about as far as I could see it. But
Yeah, I get you.
so what was so? I guess to kind of get in and talk a little bit. What what was your first memories with Pokemon?
Whew. Okay, so I saw commercials of the game on TV, and I saw commercials on Cartoon Network for the animation that was coming. Uh, I guess it was about to come out on television, and then my cousin got a DOS emulator for my granddad's Pentium 1 PC of Pokemon. I think it was red. No, it was yellow. It was yellow because it has the surfing Pikachu.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's how I got. I have seen the commercials for the game. The animation was about to come out on Cartoon Network, but I didn't have a Game Boy. I actually uh, already an adult got a Game Boy Color, a green Game Boy Color, and a copy of Pokemon Blue. But before that, I didn't have access to that kind of, of stuff. But so I really got into the game, but the game was in English, so I had to
Mm.
learn English to play it.
All the things we do to play these games sometimes.
Yeah, and I remember I was on English class. One of um, the homeworks was to write verbs on English for the class. So I wrote a lot of Pokemon attacks with two before. So to bite, to tackle, to dig, to. I got a perfect score.
Hey,
It worked. It was Pokemon attacks. I didn't give a shit.
like I just wanted to play more Pokemon. I It's like, wait,
Yeah.
you mean to tell me I'm like actually getting better with school thanks to this game? Huh? Who'd have thunk it?
It was so
No, but
ridiculous.
for myself, I remember like on the bus riding to school and talking with people as it was kind of like just kind of breaking here in the U.S.
Mhm.
and it was like it always aired like just before like I had to run out the door for the school bus. so I was always able to like catch the start of like basically just catch everything in the first like 20 minutes of the episode, and then had to run out the door. It's like
Mhm.
I never got to quite see how the episodes ended. And then I can remember someone giving me like a Pokemon card. I think it was like a Ponyta, something like super common. Was like the first card I remember getting, and then it just so happened that that summer was my birthday, and I got a copy of Pokemon Red.
Nice.
Of course, I uh I remember loading it up, trying to going from Pallet Town, choosing my Charmander because of course you're gonna pick the one that's on the cover of the box,
Mhm.
and then I'm like trying to get to Viridian City, and I get lost.
Oh,
There's just one little it's just like one little like thing through the rocks. You just go north. How do you mess this up? I found a way.
okay. Yeah, I can see that happening when you're a kid.
About 7, 8 years old. It's like I'll get this. I get this. Yeah, I eventually had to like reset, and then I figured it out. But that memory is always just stuck with me. Like the very first time I was trying to play, I couldn't like figure it out.
Mhm. Hmm.
And then taking those long, there's lot of the memories coming to mind. Like taking long car rides, and then playing my Game Boy by the light of the passing expressway lights. Where you have that
Mhm.
like little window. I'm like, okay, I can make like a little more progress for about 3 seconds, and then you're in the dark for 5. It's like, come on, kid, put this down. No, I'm going to beat Blaine. Do you know how hard this is?
Yes. Man, that's something that people don't talk very much about the Game Boy. It sucked when you wanted to go outside. No matter if it was a car ride or if you wanted to go just sit down on the sun a bit. It was a terrible console to go outside. You needed a light bulb directly over your head. You needed the perfect light.
Yeah, and then you'd have to like, or then so everyone and their mother would go and just and like build like a custom like attachment to build that thing up, and then you can like make the Franken Game Boy that's like the size of a backpack and it has 20 attachments onto it, and it
Yes,
drain.
there was this magnifying glass for the screen that people will get, and it was really really stupid.
Hey, Pops is in the chat. Yeah, thanks, Pops. I uh, I've been doing a lot of streams with him lately, and and all I've been wanting to do is talk about movies I love, TV shows I love, and it's like, why don't I just do a show about this?
Mhm.
It's even better. Like, just bring people on and we'll talk about like Pokemon like this. Oh, geez, I think I had this. Just gotta pull up some Game Boy accessories. Oh, this big old beast that has like the it's like a
Yes.
coffin you build it around. It's like, of course, we got to have a big giant joystick on here, the size of your thumb. Oh, and then yeah, there's even like the bigger one. Like until like YouTube, I had never known this thing existed, but it was a coffin you put in the Game Boy inside of. I mean, it was never quite the sort of ones I had as a kid, but I would get like that little like uh it basically plugged into like the link cable port, and then you could like get like one little tiny LED you can just aim at the screen just so you like make your own light. But they sold.
Damn it, I think I misplaced my Game Boy Advance SP. I wanted to turn it on.
Oh, I mean, there was, that was another kind of magic system itself, where that was the big innovation. It has a backlight, and it's rechargeable.
Yes,
It,
exactly.
that 1-2 combo made that thing the best system ever.
No, the clamshell design was that was a real evolution.
And it was small enough that you could like slip in your pocket.
Hmm.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello, lovely Sherry,
E-
Pokemaniac Sherry, and Hiker Brent, who
e-
who was never that into Pokemon, but listening to people who like it with something with a passion is always great. And that's kind of the point of what I wanted to do, to bring in people to talk about the things they have that passion for, those shows they love, the hobbies. I mean, just I don't want to. I want to just kind of bring into any of this stuff like retro game collecting or any of that. But
You
what?
know,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
with Pokemon, that passion even got me some money at the end. The final generation that I actually played was on the 3DS, the Pokemon X and Y generation.
Yep.
And before people started to hack and do a lot of stupid shit with the games, there was a time frame where actually breeding Pokemons was profitable, and it was really easy. It just took a lot of time. So if you wanted a flawless or you wanted a perfect Pokemon, you needed to have all these EVs just right in place. You needed to be maybe shiny or stuff like that. There were people like me that will just pop eggs until the perfect Pokemon appeared. And I will change those Pokemons and do crazy stuff. And there were people that wanted to actually pay for those Pokemon. So that was a really good time.
Because I knew people who have done like modded Pokemon, or they would hack to get everything, and I didn't really know much about the whole EV thing until like, oh, probably generation 3, generation 4. Like I kind of knew of it thanks to the internet, but I never really got invested. For me, it was more about wanting to just kind of fill the Pokedex in the game, which I
Mhm.
never did get around to doing.
Oh, I did that for the X and Y generation. I actually have every single Pokemon, including the event ones. And I think the rarest one for that generation, because it was the last big event Pokemon, was Volcanion. And I even got him. I got every single one of them. Had them on the Pokemon Bank for a long time until I would got worried. Maybe they will close the Pokemon Bank. Also, I don't want to pay $5 every single time I want to do something, because it will take years, and it was $5 for a year. But if you think about it, at this point, for example, you cannot pay those $5 on the 3DS. So I was kind of right about that. So
Right.
yeah, those Pokemons are stored on the games. Mm, I cannot just randomly restart the games. That sucks, because I will do that a lot. But on my Pokemon X, no, on my Pokemon Y version, I have over the 1,200 hours of gameplay. It's a stupid time, I know, but I breeded Pokemon to sell, so it's just normal that I will have that.
Oh, I I can remember in high school, I would always have my DS on me, and I'd be basically sitting in the back of any classroom where I could get away with it, just playing my DS because I'm like I just kind of didn't care. So I'm like, look, the homework is done. I just want to go fight Team Ruby or Sapphire.
Hmm. That okay, that generation has a special meaning for me because that's the generation where I actually got friends. The Emerald generation.
Yep.
And okay, I was in a forum on one of these online forums, and to get there, I needed to use these prepaid internet cards that you will use for dial-up connections and had limited time of usage. So I will get a couple of hours a week of dial-up. That sucked, but it was something that you did at that time, so whatever. And there was this forum that was Equa Gamers, that people will from my country will get in and talk about games and talk about stuff. And I always wanted to get in just to talk about Pokemon. The next generation, the fourth generation with Diamond and Pearl was on the horizon. People were excited, and I wanted to talk about it. And in that forum, a guy randomly post, "I want to watch anime. I want to get into anime." So somebody has anime uh, to loan me, and I had because I was working a tower of DVDs, anime DVDs. So I was like, "Yeah, come to my house and take some, and you can copy them." Uh, he takes all my collection, but he goes like, we are doing this gathering in the weekend. Why don't you come? So I go, and there was a lot of random nerds, and I was like, "Hey, this is really cool!" And they were playing Pokemon. They were playing battles between Ruby and Sapphire, between Emerald, Left Green, Fire Red. So they had the games that I wanted. At that point, I didn't have any console at all. So I was like, "Yeah, I play in emulation." And they go, "No, you have to get a console and you have to get a cartridge." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't know." Then I save money to get a DS Lite that my aunt got me on the United States. And we go to a mall with these guys, and they go like, "It's time for you to get your first Pokemon game." And we go
So
to this store. I still remember the store. I remember the smell of the flipping store. And the store was called Alti. It was a terrible place, overpriced shit, but they had on sale Pokemon Emerald. So I get my copy of Pokemon Emerald, and I stopped playing emulation from that point on in Pokemon. I never went back. I had my Pokemon Emerald. A couple of months later, I got my Pokemon Fire Red. I loved playing those games. It was crazy. And also on Pokemon Emerald, you can clone items and clone Pokemons really easy. That was a plus. And the guys that I played Pokemon with on that era, I'm the um, how do you say when you sign on the wedding of somebody, but it's not ecclesiastic, so it's not the
you were a witness.
yeah, exactly, on one of my friends' wedding. My other friend, my best friend to this day. We talk 5 6 hours on phone sometimes, just about games and shit. Is those are the friends that I never left, and somehow we are still talking. We are sometimes playing on the Wii U, Mario Kart 8 and stuff. And I mean, this was when I was 15, so you are talking about almost 20 years ago, 19 years ago. And we are still talking about that, and I still have some of the Pokemons from that era.
Like on on your game files, you still have those like exact mons.
Yeah, I had cloned some
Wow.
of my Pokemons on Emerald and passed it to my best friend. And then my Emerald cartridge died. The battery
Oh,
died. So it was, I saved stupidly, I saved, the file corrupted. It was a tragedy. But he had those Pokemons still saved, a few of them. And he got them back to me, and I used the whole first going with the Nintendo DS, and I think it was on Pokemon Black 2, where you can transfer from the third generation to the fifth generation, and then from that, is it the fifth? Yeah, I think it's the fifth generation. Then you can pass them through an application to Pokemon Bank. So those Pokemons are still on my 3DS.
wow. So Pokemon or playing Pokemon got you some of your the longest friends you've had.
Yeah, literally it was that, because if they were not playing Pokemon, I will have nothing to talk about them, with them. But since they were playing Pokemon, I was like, hey, I like this game. I have all the games on emulation.
And that's just what I love about this franchise, about some about Pokemon, where I have friends who I've played with for years who we've had memories like that together, uh, where I can still remember my friend Spencer. Uh, he gave me my first shiny Pokemon. It was a Geodude,
Nice.
and it was like, this gold nugget looking rock monster. I'm like, yes, of course I'm gonna hold on to this, Spencer, and I actually think to this day I still have it. I mean, it's not quite as great a story as yours, but like I have my own little things like that.
Man, those stories are precious. Let's
Mm-hmm.
be honest, a lot of games, that's why I love also Smash Bros.
Yep.
I was the punching bag. Yeah, I when we were playing Smash for 4 players, I will Smash Bros. Melee at that time. I will be the one that everybody punched, and I was on the air, and they will keep fighting. But when I was about to land, they will all throw themselves to try to kick me out of the ring because I didn't know how to play. So I was the punching bag. And I remember just getting really angry and saying, I'm going to fucking beat them one day. And I did it. Years and years of training, of really working hard, and I finally defeated them. It felt so goddamn good. And I remember Smash Bros. Brawl was about to come out, and I said, I will beat you all with Supersonic. First time
Which,
what that we play Brawl, we did a fest, a reunion of all people that we can gather in the home of somebody, and it was overnight, and actually it lasted almost 30 hours, that reunion. First time I'm playing and I'm choosing Sonic and everything. I made it. I beat them with Super Sonic on the first try. I got the goddamn Smash Ball, triggered the ultimate, and kicked them out of the ring. And I was on my last life. I was just about to die. So, what can I say? Those are the memories, are stupid memories, right? But I love them.
But I mean, to this day, you can still remember it.
Yes. And yeah, that's something magical. If you think about it, yeah, it's something silly. It's something that nobody really will normally. But that was the part of competing with your friends and wanting to defeat them and wanting to trade. In the case of Pokemon, I wanted to have these incredible Pokemon, so they will trade me strong Pokemons, and I will try to breed them and try to make my own. I wanted to have a Jolteon. I wanted to have an Espion. My best one was an Umbreon that will be my tank. Will have Toxic, Moonlight. It was Moonlight or Wish? No, I think it was Moonlight. And basically, it will stay there and poison their Pokemons and hold the ground until they died. So I was an asshole. I was that asshole. But that Umbreon was a beast. That Umbreon could take a beating and keep fighting. So all those small stupid. Ah, I
I
love.
uh,
Mhm,
I can remember when when the first Diamond and Pearl came out. Uh, my buddy of mine and I, we both went to go get. It wound up becoming a bit of a tradition for us that whenever one of the games would come out, the two of us would go out and we would get the game.
mhm,
And little things like I got he got Diamond, so I got Pearl, and
mhm.
then I got he got X, I got Y. And then I can remember we both like went to a local diner. We both sat down with our 3DSs in hand, and we were just kind of playing while we were sitting there and like waiting for a sandwich to come.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I, on a mall here in my city, we used to get there and just play Pokemon on the DS Lite. And one time, the guard actually throws out because we were just yelling, insulting each other. I was like,
So
"Nah, you have to go. You're too noisy." But this fucker is cheating.
how dare you?
Yeah, if you use a legendary,
Oh jeez. And have you ever looked into like the competitive scene, just like how insane they get with like figuring out all the just how like insane the competitive scene can get for Pokemon?
yep, some of the Pokemons that I sold went to the competitive scene, and I actually got really, really mad at the community because on a national, no, and the World Cup, the Pokemon World Cup, there was an asshole that used a Metagross that had an special Pokeball. That is impossible because it's the Pokeball. It's inherited by the female Pokemon, but in Metagross, there's not females. So every single Metagross goes into a normal Pokeball, unless you capture the Beldum. But in that case, first, there's only one game where you can do that. And second, it will show. So this was a hacked Pokemon. He won the tournament that way. And he didn't got disqualified. He didn't got in any trouble. I was like, bullshit. So yeah, that happened. The competitive scene is really crazy like that.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, you can come across some hilarious stories, like the guy who took a Pachirisu to the World Championships.
That's a little weapon. It's there's a couple of Pokemons that on level 1 can destroy you.
Well, this though was the like the like I think they're all set at like level 50, like the like money World Championships.
Yes.
And I guess as the story goes, the guy was like, "I just like Pachirisu," and then like it got to be such a big thing that like the town, his hometown, had a parade for him when he won with it.
I love that. There's a way with Ratata. You have to first of all put a Pokemon that has Sword Dance. Also, you need a way to amplify the velocity, so you will use Trick Room or something like that. You need to have Button Pass, and the Ratata needs to hold. I think is uh, I don't remember one of the bells that when you get hit, you are left in 1 HP. But for a couple of turns, that Ratata is a god.
Well, I've also heard the story. I've also heard the theory crafting people together put together where like a level 1 Rattata can beat a level 100 like legendary,
Yes, that's exactly the formula that I tell you. So you'll
where
do the
you give
button
it.
pass, and it stays with all the upgrades, right? But also because of the trick room, he's on basically he's the fastest one because the trick room what does is the slower Pokemon becomes the faster. So you can do that, and then that Ratata is basically God. That Ratata can one hit anything, but during the bottom pass, it will get hit. The Focus Sash, that's the item that I was thinking about. So the Focus Sash lets him on 1 HP if the damage will kill him. You do the
Well,
bottom pass, he receives the hit, he stays on 1 HP, and until the duration of the Trick Room, he's a god.
the way I've heard it for what you do is you have a level 1 Rattata with
Mhm.
endure, meaning
Ooh,
that no matter what, he's going to survive one hit.
mhm.
And then there's a move that uh that balances out the opponent Pokemon's health with yours. So then the opponent Pokemon now gets 1 hit point, and then you just use quick attack.
So the strategy has gone even better. That's a dick move.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh, it's it's just so simple. It's like, oh, they've gotten this to this point where we can just gimmick this. I love it.
Yeah, there were some really stupid strategies. Even there was a strategy to use a Metapod level 100 to kill everyone.
Speaking of stupid things in Pokemon, are you aware of this trend in art where people would take and put the face of Nicolas Cage onto Pokemon?
What? I love it.
Yeah, there was a whole like
That's beautiful, man.
there was an account that went and did, I think, like every single Pokemon where they would basically do like one a day. I know more moves than Harden.
Oh man,
That looks like Loki.
yeah. Actually, he looks like. Oh,
Oh no, they just had the head.
yeah, that looks like certain president.
Here, come here. Let me sniff you a bit. It it's the internet is such a magic place.
Yeah, man.
Can you not love that? He's just like a little screaming Weedle. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Oh man.
I mean, Weedle.
The worst part, his evolution will be the bees.
Not the breeze. Oh,
Oh.
it's not even. Oh, wait. What was.
Oh, really? Really? God, the internet is magical.
Oh, oh. He's just staring into your soul. And the thing is, like, I can see Nicolas Cage doing this like as a role, and then he takes it 100% serious.
Nicolas Cage needs to be in the sequel of Detective Pikachu. By the way, that's. I know people like that movie, but they don't like it enough. It's a really, 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 really good movie if you take into account the shit that was movies for video games in general. That one changed the world.
It it was one I just didn't get a chance to get around to seeing. It was one I intended to, but I don't know what was going on at the time. I just didn't.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's actually really fun. The plot is simplistic, and Ryan Reynolds can be a bit annoying in other roles, but as Pikachu, he works. He was born to be a Pikachu. I mean it. He was born to be a Pikachu. That's sad. And good. And sad.
I mean, wasn't there talk about there being another that getting a sequel?
Yeah, I keep waiting for that.
Like it's kind of surprising, really. We're now back to an age where like video game movies are actually turning out to be pretty good.
Yeah. I think maybe it was the money from China to World of Warcraft.
Which I didn't hate that adaptation.
No, it was decent. I wanted to see the Elder Dragons and a bit more of the actual lore of the games, but yeah, it was there. I didn't hate it. Actually went to see it on the premiere here in Ecuador. Was the thing that disappointed me was I wanted to see more of the monsters, and it was all about the orcs and the humans. Dude, you have so many creatures on that world that you can use. Just get one of the dragons, get something crazy, do something really out of the norm, and get, let's be honest, get somebody on the final battle that goes Leroy Jenkins.
Of course, it's like it's one of the like it's an early internet meme at this point.
Yes.
Like I would say, like it's basically first generation meme.
I will say second generation. First generation was I am my horse is amazing. Give it a lick. If you have heard that song, yeah, the internet was a crazy place.
See that, and you would have like Leroy Jenkins, or shit. What am I saying? We just said that.
Yep.
uh,
Budget, mushroom, budget, snake, oh, a
uh,
snake.
all your base are belong to us.
Yes,
Yeah, that was what I was trying to think of, and it's just I'm spaghetti out of my mouth.
man, the internet was always fun. I will say that it's not that the internet has become less fun, it's that people take it more serious when they shouldn't. They should just accept the internet is a silly place.
Absolutely. What did you get any kind of crazy rumors, or what rumors about Pokemon do you remember? Like,
Ooh, from when I was a kid, Digimon was the next season of Pokemon.
really, that was a rumor down there?
That was a rumor, and we were supposed to see Meryl on Digimon at one point.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, it was a really terrible rumor. I actually believe that. I wanted it to be true because I wanted to have a fight between uh, Greymon and Charizard.
The age old fight.
Yep.
It's I mean it's up there with like who with just saying oh which is better, the Digimon or Pokemon, or uh there's so many of those old stories like pirates versus ninjas, or
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is something that I'm still missing on Magic the Gathering. That was a rumor, and it was not even a rumor. It was an April Fool's prank that the state. So people actually wanted to have the sets of pirates and ninjas, and we never got them. God damn it! That would have been just do it. Even at one point you have Tamillo from. I forgot the name of that set. Not the set where Tamillo came uh, as a card, but where the plane where she is from,
or Kamigawa.
Kamigawa. There you go. So you can go to Kamigawa and just have some pirates. Why not? Get Jace Beleren in a pirate ship there in Kamigawa, and you have the right mix. There you go. They never did that.
Well, I think the thing was like the set after I quit, I was the pirate set.
Mhm.
So like I wound up missing that, and then because that was like Kaladesh, the set before that was where I just kind of checked out and I said, I think I've had enough. I've been here for like 7 years playing.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna step back for a while, and plus I wasn't having fun doing standard.
I actually was enjoying still Magic the Gathering, but this is how I quit, and it's related to Pokemon somehow. I had a girlfriend at that time, and I went really stupid and said, I will say my weird cards to buy her a 3DS and a copy of Pokemon. I was getting the Y version, and I wanted to her to get at launch the X version. So I sold the weird cards, and after that, there was not a point on making any deck because it will not be the same. And I was not a Spike, but I was no longer this Timmy. So not Timmy. What's the name of those kind of players?
Oh, there was like Timmy, Jimmy, Spike.
Yeah, the Jimmy. There you go. So I was no longer this trash player. I had really cool cards and I could do my combos and everything. I was getting really interested on the competitive scene, but I was like, no, I will get her a 3DS. So I sold a lot of weird cards, and there was no much that I could do with the cards that I had left. So I stopped going to play Magic the Gathering. I really miss that game. I think now is going woke or something, but the strategy level, that's something that they cannot wokify.
Yeah, and like I said, after like 5, 6 years of it, I was getting bored of the Magic scene. Like
Mm,
I always just kind of had fun playing like silly gimmick decks, and it kind of ultimately just I was me kind of going back to a sort of Pokemon mindset where I wanted to complete sets. I wanted to you know go catch the rare cards,
mhm.
and like part of me I still miss playing like some sort of card game. So it actually the last couple of weeks I've been playing the Pokemon card game in the online version, and it's satisfying for me. It's
Okay,
simple. I can get the little, I don't have one here, but for if you buy a pack, you can get what is a pack code for a digital pack for the
nice.
online card game.
Mhm.
So I can go for like, I don't know, $8. I can get like 12 of those or 25 of them.
Oh, I have wanted to go back to Magic the Gathering, but first I will need a transportation mode and maybe one of those electric scooters or something to be able to actually go to play. Because the place where I could play on these dates is somewhere that you actually need to go either on a car or you need to take the bus, then walk a lot. And when you are carrying those cards, normally Friday night Magic ends at what 12 p.m. if not later.
Something like that.
Yeah, so it will actually really suck, really, really, really suck to go there on foot and then you cannot come back to home and so I want to be able to go. Then you have to buy the boosters that's $5 a piece, or you need to buy the box or the fat packs. Yeah, it's a lot of money to go back to playing that. Even Pokemon, I have made the math to start a career on just start playing Pokemon. I will need like $600 or something like that to get a decent deck. Yeah, it's stupid.
I mean, like I said, I'm just kind of looking at this like I kind of want to play something like this again,
Mhm.
and for $6 I can get what is this effectively 25 packs.
Ooh,
It,
that's amazing actually.
yeah, it's like this the website I use for a lot of this is a cool stuff Inc.
Mhm.
And yeah, it looks like a lot of people are having this similar kind of thoughts. Uh, and I mean, even like some of those like those tins or those special edition ones would even 1 second. A lot of those you can also like. Oh, this is a tin that has like one special card, but you can get it for like 50 cents. For a digital copy of it. And
Mhm.
it's like this this is kind of viable to do, and I'm sure I could probably go onto eBay and even like find actually See what I can find for codes.
If I was on the US, I will actually go back to a lot of games because there's a lot of stock of cards there, and also the prices are lower.
Yeah, it does seem to me that the some of that the digital some of the card game stuff is starting to kind of, I don't want to quite say balance out, but I think some of the lockdown people, a lot of the lockdown people that were all picking things up
Mhm.
are starting to kind of have been waning off on that. So it's kind of easier to get back. It's easier for people that are into the thing to be able to do that.
Okay, so a box in the US is $90. Here is like 200.
Oh,
I will I will just buy a couple of boxes and then trade my way up. That's why I will do if I was there. Yeah, there's more pricier boxes. I guess some of the sets will be more, let's say, uh, more of a lottery if you get one of the really crazy cards. But I know the economy and I know how to climb my way up. So I will just get a couple of boxes and see what I can do. Oh, there's a new Kamigawa set, Neon Dynasty.
oh yeah, it's kind of like an sort of neon punk.
When was this set released?
Oh, maybe 6 months ago.
So it's on a standard. God damn. No, I don't know how to go to the store. So that's the issue with Magic the Gathering. You are never really out. If you see something that is really cool, you go, "Oh, I want it," and that's dangerous. That's really
Yeah, I
dangerous.
mean, I've still got some of my my commander decks, so I've always got them around, so I can always just like looking like, is do I need this card?
Mhm.
Would this work for me? Oh, real quick. Sorry, I was kind of neglecting the chat there. Imperial life.
Napoleon.
Hey, hey, Imperial. Summon
And
the Woopa Troopa.
that's a name that I haven't heard in a long time, and I'm really glad to see him on chat. Jake D. What's up, brother?
Oh yeah. Wow, I haven't seen that name in forever. Dude, I
Yeah,
hope you're
right?
doing well. It was like what some of the first live streams I was ever on were Jake D.
Yeah, me too. Howling about entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was a good time.
Oh, I was gonna come back. I was kind of mulling around with this, and I do need to because there's like 2 or 3 episodes left in that. I really should finish those up. I gotta talk with the guys about it. Wait, mellow green.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean,
That makes sense, I guess.
this is
There's more.
impossible.
Yeah.
He's only JT that's allowed. No,
Hmm.
no. Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
But all the same, hello. Um, so Pablo, are you still playing Pokemon?
I actually want to get okay, this is my plan. And I know it's a stupid plan. I want to get a Switch to be able to play the next Pokemon games, to go back to the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and to play Smash Bros. With my friend online. Because at one point, the Wii U will stop supporting online play. So I want to be able to keep playing.
Yeah, they're
But
basically going to force you to.
yeah, exactly. But here is the issue. I'm still poor as cake, so I need to see a way to actually make some money. And after that, yeah, I want to get back into Pokemon.
So there is, of course, the other new game coming up,
Hmm.
Scarlet and Violet, and we have about 5 or 6 of the new Pokemon revealed.
Hmm.
Have you? I should ask, have you looked at any of this stuff yet?
I have seen a bit of that. I'm not sure about the starters. I have been disappointed by the starters before, so mm, I will say the last started starter trio that I liked was on Generation 6. After that
Mm.
was Generation 3, and Generation 1 and 2 are just perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to top that first generation of starters, like the Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur.
Yeah, for me, one of my favorite Pokemons is still Cyndaquil, but I have emotional attachments to him, so that's a Pokemon that I really, really love. Then
Yeah, I
Torchic,
love that. I love
yeah,
Cyndaquils too.
Torchic was really, really good. His evolution line actually really worked. Blaziken was a killer. Then you go to Generation 6. Yeah, it was a bit slow, but it worked.
Um, oh, yeah, I should I'll practically bring up one of those tier lists. We should do that one of these times.
Yeah.
But all right, so Wednesday, it looks like we're getting some sort of preview, some sort of previews for the next for more of the upcoming Pokemon stuff for Scarlet and Violet, and so it's got, with the new game coming out and all that, everyone's kind of a buzz with what are the new Pokemon going to be like? What are we going to expect? Does everyone love the grass cat?
Mm, is the only one that I can see myself picking. And normally I will go for the fire type, but there's generations. For example, on Generation 4, I went with Turtwig because it was the only one that I liked the evolution line. So it was Torterra, the final evolution, and it was cool. I will have like something better on the fire department, but you know, it is what it is.
Okay, so you're just you're the guy, you're the type of guy who just goes for the fire type.
Yeah, normally I will go for the fire type unless the fire type is just something that I just dismiss as something that I don't like him.
Mm. I I'll just kind of I'll bounce around with them myself, and kind of like whichever one has a good design I ultimately like. I mean, the thing was like with I think the last 2 generations, I didn't know what the final form would look like, so I went in just based purely on what the starter looked like,
Hmm.
and I believe I went with the little score bunny from the last one, the little fire from Generation 7. And I mean, just purely based on how these look, I think I like the grass cat. That's my favorite this time around.
Yeah, I'm in the same train. Generate. Okay. Let me see. Yes, it's starters
Also,
because.
I think his final form is they're gonna make him into a dandelion.
Hmm. Oh yeah. On Generation 6 was Greninja. That's why I choose Water.
Oh, I
He was really
think
cool.
I think I went with the fire. I think I went with the fire one that time around for with
Yeah, the issue was the final evolution. it was crap. It was just crap. But Froggy, it was Froggy. How was the name of that Pokemon? I don't remember. I remember
Uh,
Greninja, the final evolution.
because I think the middle one was Toxicroak.
Yeah,
Wait,
Toxicroak. I think it was Froggy or something like that.
Frogadier. It was yeah, Frogadier.
Sounds right, but let me check. Is Cerebi still a thing?
Oh yeah, Cerebi's still around.
It
But
was the best place to get anything Pokemon for years.
so there's about the five here I want to go through real quick, and then
Mhm.
we can jump to Cerebi. How do you
Froggy.
like the
Sorry, that's the name.
okay?
Froggy.
How do you like the box legendaries?
I'm indifferent.
Because I mean, looking at them, they look like they're going to turn into motorcycles.
Yeah, they look like Power Ranger monsters or something like that. I like Miradion a bit more.
The same. I like the look of it. It's got the kind of lightning bolt handlebars for the eyebrows.
Yeah, something like a Kirin or something like that from Japanese or Chinese
Yeah,
mythology.
actually, there's a one of the Common Rider series had bikes, a couple of bikes of their motorcycles turned into like dragons, and there was like the
Ooh, that's
one in
cool.
red, one in blue. It was like, wait, did they just copy Common Rider Ryuki?
It's Pokemon, they have copied a lot of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And then of course we have our new Lord and Savior Lechonk.
Wait, isn't that the pre evolution of Ganon?
Apparently, look at him though. His name is Lechonk. The internet immediately fell in love with him.
Small leaf, okay. What is supposed to be the Pawn or however, Pawn me?
Palmy. I
Uh,
don't think they were
ye-
going for any sort of meme name with that. It's just it's our regional Pikachu.
that's boring. I'm tired of the original Pikachu's.
Yeah, not well. I was saying not every region needed its own special Pikachu, but then we got the ghost one from X and Y.
Oh yeah. No, it was not on it. Was it on X and Y?
Or no, Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I remember that one, and that was actually really cool.
I'm like, oh, how could people hate this thing? Look, it is the most adorable Mimikyu.
Mimikyu. Yeah, it was a dead goddamn Pikachu.
It is adorable, and I love it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I actually agree.
Yes, I want one for. And it's. I mean, the whole origin and the idea behind it is so sad. But then you look, but everyone universally was like, yes, we absolutely love this thing.
Hmm. Yeah, it was supposed to be a Pokemon that wanted to be loved, even though it was a monster, right?
Yep, something like that. I love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right, right down to like the hand drawn eyes on the actual disguise.
Yeah.
And then there's like the lore about how no one has ever looked under the costume and lived. And you're like, oh yeah, that's right. This is Pokemon. They can do this kind of stuff sometimes.
Going really weird and killing people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pokemon lore is a bit extreme,
I mean,
including.
almost as extreme out there as like some of like the manga stuff.
Oh, the manga is crazy.
Like up through oh, hang on.
Yeah. No, the manga was really violent, really sexy. I don't know how they decided to publish it on the United States, but they censored the shit out of that. And that was a real shame because, again, that manga was really sexy.
Oh yeah, and it got pretty out there too. Hang on.
Yeah, I remember there's even Pokemon's dying, being chopped, and everything. Uh,
Like I think the next I think if we do this again for talk about Pokemon, I'm just gonna like grab a bunch of we're gonna play a game where like we grab a bunch of random Pokedex entries and we kind of like try to guess what they are. Its actual appearance is unknown. A scholar who saw what was under its rag was overwhelmed by terror and died from the shock.
Man, that Pokemon is hardcore.
Oh, Mimikyu.
He just wants to be loved, and he's a monster.
Is, I dare say, a pocket monster.
Yep.
Hey.
Do you have some of the images from the manga?
Oh, yeah. Look, give me a second.
Yeah. Will we be taken down by Mama Susan for showing? There was nudity. There was actual, just straight out nudity from kids on that manga. Nintendo didn't give a shit on Japan.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No. And then like the I can remember like the violence that they would put in there, like where Blue's Charmeleon just like cuts an Arbok in half.
Oh yeah, but that Arbok was already dead. It was a zombie Arbok. Yeah, so many crazy stuff. And later they had I don't remember what Pokemon died, but died in a really gruesome way.
Oh, there was one with Giovanni
Yeah.
where he had a oh yeah, there we go. I feel like we should almost give the trigger warning now for what you're about to see.
You might see boobs or Pokemon dying. There you go.
A bunch of Magmar got frozen solid, and then Giovanni just like. By the way, these were Pokemon that Giovanni released to like I think steal some item from like the Pewter City Museum.
Mhm.
And then Ash showed up and he's just kind of like, oh, yeah, no, I'm just a humble Pokemon trainer. Then meanwhile, he's borrowing like a cloister and he uses Ice Beam on the Magmar. He tells Red, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of this and see that they get to someplace safe. Red wanders off and he's like, yeah, we don't need these Magmar anymore.
God damn, that's cold.
Oh, but it's so good.
Yes. And okay, I just noticed I did a joke. It was not intentional, but yeah, that's cold.
Oh, I didn't catch that either. Oh,
Man, that's brutal.
yeah, and then like it got into like all kinds of weird stuff where like oh yeah, no, it got all over the place. It is such a good read though. Like,
Yeah, it can be actually really crazy. But that's enjoyable about those Japanese mangas. You will think that for a child cartoon or child game, they will do something tame and just silly. No. Yeah, there's the Arbok. The Arbok was supposed to be already dead and somehow zombified. But yeah, it's just cut in half.
yeah, and uh, I think there was like they were basically like controlling them like zombies.
Yes. And Japan doesn't give a fuck. They really don't.
Yeah, of course. Someone had to push the life alert here, so I gotta mute it for a minute.
Ah, no worries. I'm searching for a couple of the images from the manga. Ooh, I don't know if Nurse Joy and such. Japan has a fetish with them.
Oh, I mean, Nurse Joy, the Officer Jenny, like, yeah, they
Yeah,
all
yeah,
fit
yeah,
a
yeah.
type.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, we want a sexy nurse and a sexy cop because why not? Then you have the aroma lady and such.
Well, I'd say this is probably a good place to wrap up as my own little wild cat monster shows up. I think he's trying to tell me it's time for food. But any final thoughts about Pokemon before we start to wrap it up?
Uh, I will say if you want to play the Pokemon games, go for the old school ones. Enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, are a lot of good quality of life upgrades as the games have gone on, but past a certain generation, it's like you're kind of getting reduced kind of return. I mean, especially with like the modern couple of games, they've been trying to, frankly, get away with half-assing it. We're like, we're not going to include every single Pokemon because we didn't want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
And like to a degree, I get it. Now, you want if they were just to come out and say we wanted to have a smaller roster, like I think everyone could say, okay, I can get that,
Mm-hmm.
and not having to in one game try to balance 1,000 Pokemon.
Uh, it's
It,
actually sad for me. They should have just keep going. If you see how do you say it on English? The wire work for the Pokemons is from the 3DS games.
oh yeah, they
The
recycled a bunch of
wireframes.
the.
There you go, wireframes. So basically, they could have tried to do all the Pokemons.
Yep, they really don't have any good excuses beyond. Really, they just don't have any good excuse there.
Yeah, they didn't even want to give an excuse. They were like, "Yeah, who cares?"
Agreed. No one was really mad with Arceus saying we just want a regional roster, but Gen 8 excuse of we can't fit all these in exactly.
Hmm.
Like they have no excuse for they have no good reason for why they can't do it. If they were to at least give us a response like that, people a lot of people would have chilled, but no, a lot of people like were fed up and just said, "I'm not going to buy the next generation because they're giving us a bullshit answer." And I'll be honest, like I wound up waiting on it for a while before I picked it up.
Yeah, I was hoping for them to just say screw it. they never did that. They never just admitted defeat. It was like, yeah, we will get a few more Pokemons on the DLC, but nothing else. At this
Oh, plus
point,
take away the optional switch for turning EXP off pissed me off still. Yeah, that's I could see why people don't like that.
mhm,
Uh, some people want to be able to spend the time and just handle one or two mons at a time. Some people just want it all split, and it's kind of that it's put they're in kind of in an unfortunate place where they want to they have such a popular property, but then you have these people who are you have a lot of the big nerds out there like us who might want something like this as an
ah,
option, so we could like
yeah.
choose our own difficulty for like a Nuzlocke run. But it's something they don't want to lean into because they don't want people to think that the games are hard.
Mhm. Also, people like to do really technical runs sometimes. Like me, I actually do like the effort of training a Pokemon. That's something that if I want to have the perfect EVs and everything there, and I see a cat still, nice.
Yep, that would be Nova. You have something to say?
No. Man, that cat is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I one day maybe we will get all the Pokemons. Stop trying to make new Pokemons. Make a region with a mix and just a couple of new Pokemons, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I one of the things I'd be even be happy if they were to just like do a generation without any new Pokemon, but instead they just do new regional variants.
Hmm.
That could be interesting because then they could take a lot of the successful designs and then just try something different with them, and then they can even work in a way for you to get the old ones if you want.
Yes.
And I don't think anyone would be too mad about that because it's like, yes, of course
Yeah.
I want a uh I want starters that have a different type evolution to them. Like, let's all go ahead and actually just put out a dragon type Charmander.
They did that with Mega Evolutions and worked for me. Actually, Mega Evolutions was a rat concept. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I was hearing about this. There was a bunch of theories out there. Like, wasn't one of the things I think I heard was like Corsola is confirmed to be in it.
Really?
I was like,
That's
some of the leakers are coming out and just like mentioning like super like random stuff, like, oh, this Pokemon is confirmed to not be in the game, or uh, any of those. But anyway, so we'll wrap it up here.
Mhm.
Um, Pablo, what do you have coming up?
I want to do the next unboxing on the Doctor Who toys. I want to do the Keys of Marinus. I want to leave the Sensorites for the end because he is the first Doctor on the box set. So I want to take my time with that one. And then tomorrow, Midnight Sites Espanol, if you like craziness on Spanish, we will be talking about an article that is really quite interesting. Bob Chapek saying Disney is no longer political out loud.
That's gonna be interesting considering like how much they've sort of gone against that with their actions lately. But
Yeah,
it's kind of
the 30th, he went live on an event and just say that. Straight up say it.
I mean, to an extent, I'm willing to believe that he just had a lot of opposition kind of against him, so he just basically had to kind of play until he got his 3 year extension.
Mhm.
But I think we're gonna have to see some more of that. See some more results to
Yeah.
start seeing a bit of action. Tomorrow, for myself, I will be over with. I will have to link it in the chat. I'll be over with Pops and Stone Loki, where we will be doing an interview with Ron Underwood, best known for being the director of Tremors.
Nice.
This is one I'm excited for. So we could talk with him about that, about his movie City Slickers, Mighty Joe Young, and his upcoming work with with an episode on Tales of the Walking Dead.
Okay. You got me a Tremors, man.
Oh, that stream is a lot of fun.
That movie is just one of the craziest. Having the redneck with a lot of guns being actually the one that was sane.
Yeah, who'd have thunk? Like the
Yeah.
the prepper who lived out in the middle of the Nevada desert wound up being like the big hero to save the day.
Yeah, I always thought that that's the point where the movie is actually uh perfect, because at the beginning it's just that the joke, right? He's just this redneck. He doesn't really live in reality, having a lot of guns, having all these explosives and bulldozer and everything, and he's like, no, he was the same one. He was the actually smart one. God
Yeah.
damn, that movie is great.
And it was like the best thing is like the entire series kept that man around.
Yes,
But
even
like,
the series, the television series.
yep, I will honestly, I'm glad they kept him and not Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Like his character is fine. It's just we would have been denied sequels of Burt Gummers.
Oh man, I love that movie. I really do.
You know what else I love, Pablo?
Mhm.
This clip.
Will help.
What?
Oh, that is a movie I'm gonna have to show you someday. By the way, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's a it's a movie called The Gamers: Darkness Rising. It is the best Dungeons and Dragons movie you will ever see
No, I'm really interested.
because the primary story is that the actors are all players playing a game, and then it cuts to their characters where they are their characters in costume, and one of the characters is playing a bard for the first time, and he's realizing, oh, bards suck.
Yeah.
He has to have a stack of character sheets because he keeps getting killed.
God damn. Oh, I'm gonna watch that movie.
Oh, I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, please do.
But all right, let's get out of here. I think I'm gonna go play some Pokemon.
Nice. Bye.
Yep. Later.